Module 3, Architecture and Design, Set 2. Operating Systems. An operating system, OS, is system software that manages computer hardware, software resources, and provides common services for computer programs. Operating systems are found on many devices that contain a computer, from cellular phones and video game consoles to web servers and supercomputers. Types. In computer science and computer programming, a data type or simply type is an attribute of data which tells the compiler or interpreter how the programmer intends to use the data. Also, the data type defines which operations can safely be performed to create, transform, and use the variable in another computation. Network. A computer network is a group of computers that use a set of common communication protocols over digital interconnections for the purpose of sharing resources located on or provided by the network nodes. Workstation. A workstation is a special computer designed for technical or scientific applications. Intended primarily to be used by one person at a time, they are commonly connected to a local area network and run multi-user operating systems. Appliance. A computer appliance is a computer with software or firmware that is specifically designed to provide a specific computing resource. The hardware and software are delivered as an integrated product and may even be pre-configured before delivery to a customer, to provide a turnkey solution for a particular application. Kiosk. An interactive kiosk is a computer terminal featuring specialized hardware and software that provides access to information and applications for communication, commerce, entertainment, or education. Patch management. The process of acquiring, testing, and distributing patches to the appropriate administrators and users throughout the organization. The process for identifying, acquiring, installing, and verifying patches for products and systems. Trusted Operating System, TOS. A trusted operating system, also called a secure operating system, is an operating system that manages data to make sure that it cannot be altered, moved, or viewed except by entities having appropriate and authorized access rights. Whitelisting. Whitelisting, also referred to as allow listing, is the practice of explicitly allowing some identified entities access to a particular privilege, service, mobility, access, or recognition. It is the opposite of blacklisting. Blacklisting. In computing, a blacklist is an access control system that denies entry to a specific list, or a defined range, of users, programs, or network addresses. Peripherals. Peripheral device, also known as peripheral, computer peripheral, input-output device, or input/output device, any of various devices, including sensors, used to enter information and instructions into a computer for storage or processing and to deliver the processed data to a human operator or, in some cases, a wireless keyboards. A wireless keyboard is a computer keyboard that allows the user to communicate with computers, tablets, or laptops with the help of radio frequency, RF, such as Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, or with infrared, IR, technology. The radio receiver plugs into a keyboard port or USB port. Displays. A computer monitor is an output device that displays information in pictorial form. The display device in modern monitors is typically a thin film transistor liquid crystal display, TFT LCD, with LED backlighting, having replaced cold cathode fluorescent lamp, CCFL, backlighting. Printers/MFDs, multifunction devices. A multifunctional device, or MFD, is typically the printing device in most offices but is referred to as a printer or photocopier. These machines incorporate scanning, copying, and printing as a minimum, into a single device. Some can also be used for emailing and faxing. External storage devices. In computing, external storage comprises devices that store information outside a computer. Such devices may be permanently attached to the computer, may be removable or may use removable media. Sandboxing. In computer security, a sandbox is a security mechanism for separating running programs, usually in an effort to mitigate system failures and or software vulnerabilities from spreading. Network access, the ability to inspect the host system or read from input devices are usually disallowed or heavily restricted. Environment. Environment, type theory, the association between variables names and data types in type theory. Deployment environment, in software deployment, a computer system in which a computer program or software component is deployed and executed. Development. Software development is the process of conceiving, specifying, designing, programming, documenting, testing, and bug fixing involved in creating and maintaining applications, frameworks, or other software components. Staging. Computing. Staging, cloud computing, a process used to assemble, test, and review a new solution before it is moved into production and the existing solution is decommissioned. Production. A production or production rule in computer science is a rewrite rule specifying a symbol substitution that can be recursively performed to generate new symbol sequences. A finite set of productions is the main component in the specification of a formal grammar, specifically a generative grammar. Secure baseline. A security baseline defines a set of basic security objectives which must be met by any given service or system. Smart devices / IoT, Internet of Things. The Internet of Things, IoT, describes the network of physical objects, things that are embedded with sensors, software, and other technologies for the purpose of connecting and exchanging data with other devices and systems over the Internet. Wearable technology. Wearable technology, wearables, fashion technology, smartwear, tech togs, skin electronics or fashion electronics are smart electronic devices, electronic device with microcontrollers, that are worn close to and / or on the surface of the skin, where they detect, analyze, and transmit information concerning e.g. body. Home automation. Home automation or domotics is building automation for a home, called a smart home or smart house. It may also include home security such as access control and alarm systems. When connected with the Internet, home devices are an important constituent of the Internet of Things, IoT. HVAC. Air conditioning, often referred to as A/C, or air con, is the process of removing heat and controlling the humidity of the air in a space. Air conditioning can be used in both domestic and commercial environments. In construction, a complete system of heating, ventilation, and air conditioning is referred to as HVAC. SoC, System on a Chip. A system on a chip, also known as an SoC, is essentially an integrated circuit or an IC that takes a single platform and integrates an entire electronic or computer system onto it. It is, exactly as its name suggests, an entire system on a single chip. RTOS, Real-Time Operating System. A real-time operating system, RTOS, is an operating system, OS, intended to serve real-time applications that process data as it comes in, typically without buffer delays. Processing time requirements, including any OS delay, are measured in tenths of seconds or shorter increments of time. Printers / MFDs. A multifunctional device, or MFD, is typically the printing device in most offices but is referred to as a printer or photocopier. These machines incorporate scanning, copying, and printing as a minimum, into a single device. Some can also be used for emailing and faxing. Special purpose. Definition. A special purpose system is a system or platform that employs computing resources, i.e., hardware, firmware, and optionally software, that are physically embedded in, dedicated to, or necessary in real time for the performance of the system's mission. Medical devices. A medical device is any device intended to be used for medical purposes. Discovery of what would be considered a medical device by modern standards dates as far back as c. Aircraft/UAV. A UAV is defined as a powered, aerial vehicle that does not carry a human operator, uses aerodynamic forces to provide vehicle lift, can fly autonomously or be piloted remotely, can be expendable or recoverable, and can carry a lethal or non-lethal payload. Development Lifecycle Models. The Software Development Lifecycle, SDLC, is a framework defining tasks performed at each step in the software development process. Sdlc is a structure followed by a development team within the software organization. It consists of a detailed plan describing how to develop, maintain, and replace specific software. Waterfall versus Agile. A goal of Agile software development is to focus more on producing working software and less on documentation. This is in contrast to waterfall models where the process is often highly controlled and minor changes to the system require significant revision of supporting documentation. Waterfall. The waterfall model is a breakdown of project activities into linear sequential phases, where each phase depends on the deliverables of the previous one and corresponds to a specialization of tasks. Agile. In software development, Agile, sometimes written Agile, practices involve discovering requirements and developing solutions through the collaborative effort of self-organizing and cross-functional teams and their customer, /end user, s. It was popularized by the Manifesto for Agile Software Development. Secure DevOps. DevSecOps is the addition of security to DevOps. It is an overall process to ensure that security is baked into the entire software development cycle. DevSecOps requires merging and automating many of the traditional practices of security engineers, operations teams, and development teams. Continuous integration. Continuous integration, CI, is a development practice that requires developers to integrate code into a shared repository several times a day. Each check-in is then verified by an automated build, allowing teams to detect problems early. Baselining. Baselining is a method for analyzing computer network performance. The method is marked by comparing current performance to a historical metric, or baseline. Immutable systems. Immutable infrastructure is an approach to managing services and software deployments on IT resources wherein components are replaced rather than changed. Once the service or application is iterated, its components are set, thus, the service or application is immutable, unable to change.